like Jesus turning water into wine, right? Like wine means something else. Wine means flavored, or what would you say? Like not flavored, but like means water with added added like, I mean, wine means water with something added, like a cordial. That's what wine means in the Bible days. It doesn't mean it necessarily contains alcohol. Because they probably didn't even know what alcohol was. They didn't even understand the. But I was just watching David Blaine then, and he says he's going to teach people magic. And I remember like seeing magic tricks and like they get it wrong, and then they make a joke out of it, and then they like, and then they actually do the trick. So they've always got a backup plan. So you can go, right, I'm gonna like do all this, I'm gonna do all this, and you know, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. If you pick the card, it's amazing. And then you can still do the other magic trick. So what David Blaine does is he has so many tricks at his disposal. So if the person doesn't do what he's supposed to do and like pick the card that he's supposed to do and he don't guess it right and he like don't get all the things in the right order, he's still got the backup plan, you know, to make it amazing. Or you can just do take after take after take and you know get it right once. But you know, like you've got to entertain the public, so you've still got to have the backup plan. And what were I going to say? What was the other thing that I said? I forgot the title. Magic and something else. I figured out magic and something else. What did I say? UFO sightings. So people like heard of UFO sightings for like God knows, maybe someone did see a UFO sighting one day. You know, like then like oh my god, that sounds amazing. I want to see a UFO sighting. So people are always looking for like extraordinary things, like magic. You know, like if you go, oh, I want to be amazed. Show me a magic trick, and then this guy's like, oh yeah, I've got a magic trick, and he gets it wrong, and then he goes and then he laughs it off, and you know it's part of the show, and it's like, oh fuck, I fucked up, but he don't give it away. And like he goes to the next magic trick and next magic until he gets a magic trick right, and then you're like, oh wow, that were amazing. And it's like it's all part of the show. And UFO sighting is like that. We have brainwashed ourselves into thinking UFOs are amazing, aliens are amazing, alien spaceships are amazing, aliens are going to come down one day and visit us. So we look for everything that looks strange, and like we go, that's a UFO sighting. If you see bright lights in the sky, you go, is that a helicopter? Is that a plane? Like your first instinct is to try and rationalize it in your brain, and then if you can't go, if you can't see it, if you can't see a helicopter going zoom 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 zoom, you're like, oh, like that could be a UFO. And then when you go, well, it looked like a helicopter, Like I don't know where it was, but it was like this shape and that shape, and you just like you're trying to explain it as if it's unexplainable. Like you're not going, well, like I watched it for ages and I couldn't tell if it were a helicopter, but it were an odd shape and it were moving strangely, and that's because you've been brainwashed into thinking aliens exist, and you like magic. People like magic. I mean, maybe somebody has seen a UFO once upon a time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a UFO. It's just the mind's imagination, I believe. Magic is one of them, like hypnotism. Some people just can't be hypnotized. You can go, oh, I'm never going to be hypnotized, but you know, because you think you're rational. You think in your own mind, you think that you're rational, but you can be hypnotized because you think you can be critical about things, but you're not. You're just one of them people that go, I just dismiss that. I just dismiss that because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't understand what you're on about. Like, many people do that. A lot of people do that, and I think that they're the weak ones that um, that can be hypnotized. But like, I don't want to say open-minded people. The open-minded people can't be hypnotized. I want to say the people that are critical about things, and the people that question things without, like, I like conspiracy theories, and it's just that's one person going, that could be aliens or whatever. So like I'm so susceptible to a fantastical tale of aliens coming down from space and creating the Bible or something like that, I'm susceptible to that. But because I think because I accept that there might be another explanation, I think I'm less susceptible to hypnotism because I'm open-minded, or I'm critical about everything. Although I still think I'm quite susceptible to brainwashing, or like for misleading things. But yeah, that's just me. We've got any comments yet? I don't know, because YouTube decides whether or not it's going to give me comments. I don't know. Whatever. Like I never feel. I've been feeling shit for the last few days, and I started to feel better last night, Saturday morning actually. I'm feeling shit all Saturday to be honest. And then I like realised, I'm not going to be able to fucking go shopping because it's bank holiday for Queen or whatever. And I'm like, I'll go shop at 10 o'clock. And I like stayed awake, and then I felt better at like 9 o'clock or something. I felt better, and I'm like, maybe I don't need a beer. Woke up on Sunday, felt shit again. I'm like, I thought it was Saturday again for some reason. Like, we're gonna go to shop and get some food and some beers, and try to make myself feel better. And then I fell asleep because I felt better at 10 o'clock and I was awake all fucking night and all morning. But I haven't been sleeping very well, so it's fine that I fell asleep. I'm glad I fell asleep, to be honest. But like I woke up late and I was like, I can go later to the shop because like, me, I like to go when it's like just going dark, you know, when everyone's fucking calming down and getting back from work and chilling out. I like to go then. But yeah, it wasn't Saturday, it was Sunday. And, I don't know if they're shutting even earlier on Sunday, but I went to Aldi thinking it were open, it wasn't open, so I had to walk all the way to Tesco's, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't want to go to Tesco's, I forgot my club card. So I got to Tesco's and I'm like, everything's club card prices, you know. Got to checkout, got all my stuff, got to checkout. Can I, like, asking the guy behind me, can I use your club card? Asking the guy in front of me, actually, can I use your club card? And he wouldn't do it. The checkout clerk wouldn't do it. This is the checkout clerk that asked me for ID, and he had a beard, like a full beard. And she went, you know, I mean, yeah, you look like you're over 18, but you've got to look over 21. And you're saying like, you don't think I look over 8? So you think I look over 18, but you don't think I look over 21 with this massive beard? You know, are you joking me? Why do you have to look over 21 anyway? It's 18 to get served. Like, I remember this checkout clerk, and she said, "Oh, you can't use somebody else's club card." And I'm like, "Come on, seriously?" And I was just about to leave, and then the security guy came over and says, you know, it's up to the other person if they want to use the club card. Which I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm glad that security guard bloody helped me out, because I was just about to leave out shopping there and just walk out. I couldn't believe they wouldn't let me. Actually, I could have actually got my club card, but I was just so pissed off that I didn't even want to buy anything from there, because I just couldn't believe they wouldn't let me use somebody else's club card. It was something like £6.40 for the 3 bottles that I bought without the club card. It's a fiver with the club card, so it's £1.40 saving. You know, I'm struggling for money, and it's like you can't even forget your club card nowadays. You know, that's how poor we are. We can't even forget our club card. It's just not, like, you know, you can't leave home without it. You can't leave home without your barcode. We've already got to that stage. You know, if you want to buy food, you can't leave home without your club card. And that club card's got all your ID on it on that chip. Tesco can access it, that's about it. Well, probably the government can access it as well, but this is what's going on in my life. So I'm getting kicked out. I've got a court for that. I've got alarm, harassment and distress with a security guard. I've got no gas. I've got to pay all the bills that the landlord said he was going to sort out. I'm paying 35 quid a week phone bill because the landlord cut the internet off because one time I was behind on the rent by £40 or £30 or something. There was a reason why I was £30 short. That's because they started all deductions on my benefits. I wasn't expecting it. So because I go shopping at 12 o'clock when I get paid. So I did all my shopping, bought 3 packs of cigs, which is 60 quid. Well, it was 60 quid back then. It was cheaper than that. It was £18. 90. I think it was even cheaper than that. It was £18.30 at one point. At Asda anyway. But so I bought 3 packs of cigs, bought some beers, bought a load of shopping, and I get home, look at my bank account, and I've got something like £87 deductions. I think it was more than that. No, it can't be more than that. Can it? It might have actually been more than that. I'll just say I had £80 deductions. So I usually don't pay my landlord straight away because I'm a month in front. I'm 2 months in front actually. Once I pay this, well, what happened is Salvation Army would only pay 1 month up front. So my landlord says, because I said I can get £1,000 from Vickers Trust. So my landlord says, right, we'll do 660 deposit or bond or whatever, and I'll take 2 months from that, and then I'll put the bond into a scheme. Once you get your housing benefits, you should get 2 months. So you give me that, and then we're even. So I paid first month. So I were always 1 month in front from the get go. And we're always 2 months in front, and then when I got the housing benefits, that's 660 supposed to go into a holding scheme, and then I just give all the housing benefits to my landlord, which was 2 months once they sorted it all out. They actually sorted it out pretty quick, to be honest. So I give him all that. He never put it in a holding scheme, obviously. So basically, I was 3 months up front because the bond was only 330, really. So realistically, I was 3 months in front because he only wanted 2 months. But he said he was going to put all the rest of the money in a holding scheme once I paid him the rent that I got from housing benefits. So complicated. So yeah. So I said, I were in front. I knew I were in front, And so I thought, fuck it, you know, I'm a bit skint this month because like I wasn't expecting a lot of deductions to come out of my benefits, because they don't tell you when they're going to take deductions out of your benefits. Like I got a budget in advance when I moved to this place, so I knew that were going to come out. But everything started coming out at the same time, you know. Like, because I was getting deductions before, but one of the deductions I'd put down to like a £5 a month, and the council tax you couldn't change that, so I was getting all that anyway. And then like what happened is I'd paid all the council tax for that bill off, so they stopped the council tax, so I was getting more money again. And then once I got this like budget in advance, they realised that I had another council tax bill to pay off. So they started that at the same time. I don't know why they didn't just carry on taking the money from get go, but because they do one at a time. That you pay one off, and then that's done with. And then like the court case had already gone through to say how much money that like they're going to take from my benefits, but you can only pay one thing off at a time, one council tax bill off at a time. So the next bill started. So I was 40 quid short on the rent 1 month. So I turned the internet off. The next month came around, I paid everything. Like, can you turn internet back on? Yeah. It took half a month for him to turn internet back on after I gave him all the money, you know. Give him all the money and the debts I owed him. And then sorted all that out. And then the rest is history. Then I got a water bill I had to pay for. And the electric company kept coming round saying, "Oh, if you don't pay the bills, we're gonna have to install a meter." And it says, "Here's my landlord's number. He's liable for the bills." And they went, "Well, it shouldn't be because you're living here, so you're actually liable. The occupier's liable. Like, we need to get your details." And I says, I'm not giving you my details. My landlord, like, he didn't, like, when we moved in, we didn't have no electric. And I said, I'm not, like, my mates rang me up and goes, "Anyway, you know the story, don't you? I've said this story millions of times." There were a point that I try, oh yeah, this is all the stuff I've got to go through right now. So next month I have got Amid Pandor, harassment, alarm and distressed. Used threatening, abusive, insulting words or behaviour and disorderly, blah blah blah. So the police released me without further charges, without further action. But this guy's carried it on apparently, so I'm going to court for that. And then I've got next month again, assault by beating of an emergency worker. That's what they say. They've released me not on bail, which is strange because, you know, every other assault, every other thing that I've ever done, I get released on bail. But assaulting by beating an emergency worker, they didn't put me on bail for that. Well, they did at first actually. But then when they said it's going through to CPS, they cancelled the bail, which I just don't understand. You know, alarm, harassment and distress, I were on bail for that. They put me in cells because they weren't ready to interview me. And I've got another Another alarm, harassment and distress. That should have been for racism, that. I think. Let me just check where Darley Street is. Because I don't know what's going on. Maybe they got the paperwork wrong or something. I have no idea whether I'm coming or going, to be honest. I don't even know which solicitor's which court case anymore. Actually, I should have paperwork that regards that somewhere. I've just got like a big stack of papers, like, you know, fucking, I don't know, an inch thick of papers. I mean, they're a bit creased, so it looks probably fatter than it is. I'd say I've got about 50 pages of paperwork that's actually relevant right now. And that's just the stuff I'm in trouble for. The other stuff that I need to get sorted, like fucking getting assaulted and stuff, I couldn't even think to deal with that right now. I couldn't even, like, I don't think I could even, like, cope with that as well. To be honest, the police should be sorting that out, because I've bloody texted them back. And my landlord knocking my door down, the police are supposed to be sorting out that, but they've never replied to me. I don't expect them to be fast in this matter anyway, but yeah, so that was supposed to be racially aggravated something or other, and now they've changed it to alarm, harassment and distress. Actually, it might have been alarm, harassment and distress and racially aggravated racism or something, daft like that. Racially aggravated, what do they call it? Racially aggravated words or something, I can't remember. So the police have released me without further things, but this guy is holding on to the causing alarm, harassment and distress because I swore, probably, I don't know. I don't even think that were a thing at first. The police said, "What did you say?" And I says, "I don't know. What's he saying?" And he goes, "Well, he says you're a racist." I says, "Yeah, but what did he say that I said?" And I don't even think he actually said what I said. You know, I could have actually just said, "No, I didn't do it," but I didn't. Well, I did at first. I said no comment. And then they go, "Oh, well, there's witnesses there that said you were racist." And I'm like, "Well, what did I actually say, though?" And they said you said something about his something about I can't actually remember what they said. Anyway, I finally admitted it. That I said, "Are you a Muslim?" And then police went, "Well, you know, well, you can see why people might no, not misconstrue what you said. You can see how people might take offence to that, and I'm like, no, not really, because in the contents of the conversation, it made sense to me. And they went, well, what's the contents of the situation? I'm like, I can't actually remember. And he says, well, why were you asking if you were a Muslim? And I says, I can't actually remember. And then I did remember. I was like, actually, I forgot again. I did remember at one point, and I says, because I wanted to ask him something. Because this guy were like proper, like English, you know, his English were perfect. That's what I was going to ask him. I says, are you Muslim? Because I was gonna ask him, like how did he get rid of his accent? You know, because like Bradford Muslims are all like in it, man, and like, you know, it's like it's a bit nasty. But this guy just like articulated his words very. I was almost complimenting him. You know, I was gonna compliment him, but he just went straight on the racist bandwagon, and everybody else went on bandwagon. You know, like he went, oh, that's racist, that straight away, and then everybody else went, oh yeah, that's racist, and they're all fucking shouting at me and shit, and I'm just like, just leave me alone. And then fucking barmaid came out and says, you've got to leave now, you know, it's getting a bit rowdy. And I says, I'll leave, I just want to drink my pint first. And then he came out again and they were all fucking talking about me, like as I was just sat there by myself. They're all like saying, oh, you're a racist, and then some other guy came up to me and goes, you better get out of it, mate, nobody fucking wants you here. And I says, I'm not scared of any of you cunts, you know, I'll leave when I've finished my pint and that's it. One guy came up to me and goes, what's being Muslim got to do with anything? And I went, I can't actually remember now, you know, because you all fucking straight away jumped on the race bandwagon. I can't actually remember what we were talking about anymore. Because this guy stole my pint, then apologised. Then I think what happened is the barmaid told him to give me another pint because he got it wrong. Somebody else bloody saw it. In fact, I think the barmaid saw it. What was going on. And then I went outside, like, you know, fucking tail between my legs, because he picked up my pint and then just downed half of it. And he goes, oh, that was my pint. I'm like, no, it's not. And I fucking took it back, and I'm like, you need to buy me another pint. And he says, oh, no, I'm not buying you another pint. That was my pint. I'm like, no, it wasn't. And I just went outside and sulked. And then fucking the barmaid must have told him to give me another pint, which was nice of her. And then he came up to me and apologised to me. I thought everything were all right, so like we started talking. And then I said, "Are you a Muslim?" And he just went, "That's racist straight away, man." You can't talk about anything anymore. You know, if there's a Jew there, and I go, "Are you Jewish?" if there's a Christian there, can I go, are you, well, it's not the same, is it? It is, because Muslim's a religion, not a race. What am I on about? Yeah, it's not even fucking racism. That's crazy. Well, I'm not even getting sued for racism anymore. I'm getting sued for using threatening words. I didn't say no threatening words then, I don't think. Apart from leave me the fuck alone. Fuck off. Probably. So do you know what moderators do? You know, like, you've got like really famous Twitch streamers, let's say, like Summit1G. You've got 4,000 viewers, you know. Like, maybe you get a comment. Maybe you get a comment every if you say there's like 500 like regular commenters, maybe each one of them comment every few minutes. So 500 every few minutes is 100 comments a minute, I think. You can't read 100 comments a minute. It's just impossible. You could skim maybe yeah, 100 comments a minute would be like a page in a book, wouldn't it? You know, with like a couple of thousand words. Not everyone's going to write a sentence, you know, just write a couple of words or something. So you could probably just about skim it with 5,000. And you've got like MP Lol. I think he had something like 20,000 people in his live stream today. 24,000 people, something like that. That's 4 times as many. So that's like 400 words a minute. You just can't read all them comments. So what I realised is the moderators don't just like moderate the comments. You know, even the moderators can't read them all. Like there's one guy reading every comment. So it's like scrolling through like each comment individually. Then if any of the other mods miss a comment, there's that guy that goes, that guy needs banning. But the rest of the mods are all just reading the comments. And there's other mods that like don't bother banning people because they're like, that seems alright, that seems alright, that seems alright, and they'll let people get away with making comments that probably should be banned. And like these people are the ones that actually read the comments and go, I wonder what the context is in that comment. And these guys are the guys that say the things to the streamer that's important from the commenters. They like repeat what you say. So if you say something funny, these mods will go, oh, that's funny, and they'll fucking say it back to the streamer. So I've noticed, like, if I say something funny, £1, what the fuck? Thank you so much. Like, sometimes the mods like steal your joke or, you know, steal your comment. I can't actually remember what comment it was, but I made this funny comment, and then I went to lurking, and I was like reading through all comments, and then the mod about a couple of hours later repeats exactly what I said. I wish I could remember what it was now. And I'm like, oh, he just stole my funny little comment. And then I'm like, actually, I don't actually mind that, because the mods are more likely to take the mods are more likely to be listened to than a random guy out of 5,000 viewers. So I was alright with it. I said something cool because there's this guy called Smoke and he plays DayZ, and there's a new map for well, it's not new, but there's a map for DayZ, and it's called Namalsk, and you've got to like do this like quest in this area while bloody everyone's trying to kill you. Zombies are trying to kill you, and you know, Cole's trying to kill you. And so you've got to do this quest, collect all this equipment and do this quest. And I said, and there's like lore and there's books and stuff that you can read and go, oh, the aliens came down and like, you know, experimented and blah blah blah. And I said, the Namalsk law, a JoeKingAudits theory. Full stop. Smoke was no, not Smoke. The aliens rejected one of their own and left him on this island called Namalsk because he was a reject, and like nobody liked him, and you know he wasn't good at anything, so they left him here. And this alien thrived on this island, and you know, like survived everything that anybody ever thrown at him. And the aliens realised, oh shit, we might have made a mistake, so they left this campaign for this alien, so he could find his way back to the alien planet. And only if he's good enough will he ever get back to the alien planet. And his name is Smoke, and that's the streamer's name. And I was just like, that's pretty cool. And you're like, people that have never commented before were like, lol. Shit, it was just like, like, most of my jokes don't get no lols. They don't get no. Like, nobody acknowledges it, but this one, because what it is, people go, you get these points, right, and people go, oh, it's tax time, and like everybody that's got 10,000 points, they can write a story and highlight the message with 10,000 points, and I didn't have 10,000 points, and people were like stealing stories from like books and favorite quotes and movies and shit, and I thought, I know, I'll just write my own story about the mask, and because there were some other chatters going, you've just copied and pasted that, and the mods are getting lazy. So I thought I'll write my own story, and I thought it was pretty cool. I see you get rid of the hair. Yes. Do you like it? I've actually got like a little tuft over here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm keeping it because I'm like, I cut my own hair. What's up with you? Yeah, I actually don't cut my hair because I'm a cheapskate, even though, I am a cheapskate. Because I hate cutting my own hair. But you know what I hate more? Other people cutting my hair. so them plastic things actually cut me once when I was a child. And I don't know if that's why I don't like it. But I'm not scared of getting cut or anything, So like, I wasn't actually bothered when I was a kid either. But ever since that day, well, actually, I've never liked getting my hair cut, to be honest. I've never liked random people touching me, pushing my head about and stuff. I've never liked it. I don't like people getting near me, people that I don't know. I find it hard to make the first move on a girl because I'm like, I don't know if I'm nervous of like getting a slap from the girl, or nervous of rejection, or nervous of like, yeah, I think it's more like getting punched by a girl, to be honest. That's why I don't like people, because I'm scared of what they're gonna do. I think that's why I don't make the move on a girl, because I'm like, they're probably gonna slap me or fucking call me a pervert, or fucking. I'm not bothered about rejection if you can just move on, If I go, oh, you're gorgeous, can I get your number? Can we go out sometime? I'm not bothered if they go, no, I've got a boyfriend. What I'm bothered about is if they go, I won't touch you with a 10-foot barge pole, or you're a scruffy fucking, you know who I am? I've got 10,000 followers on Instagram. I'll be like, yeah, well, I'm JoeKingAudits. I've got 1,500 followers on YouTube. It's like subscribers. Like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you, CVRTS Audio. Talk about how your YouTube got monetized and the monetization process. So it took me 10 months to get monetized. Like I saw like auditors, right? I saw American auditors, and they're like, oh, that looks fucking, that looks like a horrible thing to do, you know, like just like I was under the same impression of everybody else, you know. It's like, why are we harassing the police officers? The police officers have a hard job. I know they do, you know, but they've chose the job, blah blah blah. So like, I mean, I didn't really truly understand it at the time, and then I was like, well, the police officers always fucking treat me badly. You know, the police officers have always treated me badly. They've always treated me with disrespect. They've always treated me like I'm like a low class part of society. They've hurt me. They've attacked me. They've pushed me. They never listen to your complaints. Mostly because I'm drunk when I complain, or you know. And I didn't want to become an auditor then, but then I started watching AB, and then I was like, fucking hell, I like this guy. He's like he's an adult. He's an adult, and he goes, I'm the adult here. You're the police officers. You do what I tell you to do. And you know, I like that about him. He's an alpha. He's an alpha that goes, like, I'm just as good as you. Why do you think you can treat me with disrespect just because you've got a yellow jacket on? So then I was like, next time, like, I see police officers, I'm going to record them. Or next time I get into trouble, I'm going to record, because you know, like, I researched it, and I researched PINAC, and I realised that photography is not a crime. And, you know, you can record whatever you can see with your eyes. If your eyes can see it, you know, you can record it in your brain, and you can go to the police and go, I saw a crime, or a crime's happened to me, and you can use your witness statement as evidence in a crime. And it's the same with a camera. If you see something that's out of order, you can record it. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter about privacy laws. If someone's bloody having like using the toilet, and this guy puts his hand out the toilet and starts chucking shit out at people, or, you know, he's like wiping his ass on the toilet and chucking shit at people, you can record that. That doesn't matter about privacy, because that guy's in the wrong doing that to people. So you can record him. Fuck his privacy. You don't get no privacy rights if he's doing that to people. His privacy goes out the window when he starts committing criminal offences. If you see someone stabbing someone up through a window, are you gonna stand there and not do anything and go, oh, you know, he's got his own privacy? Of course you're not. Privacy in public means you have no privacy in public, because it's not a law. It's just, you just don't have no privacy in public. That's just the be all and end all of it. It's just the fact. It's just the fact of the matter. You do not have no privacy in public. People can see what you're doing. People can see where you're going. People can see what car you drive. People can see your number plate. People can see what clothes you wear. People can see what weapons you have on you. People can see everything, you know. People can see when you litter. People can see when you drop your cigarettes on the floor. people can see when you're parking on double yellow lines, and if you can see it, you can record it. You know, like you don't go around and record children playing, you know, playing in a swimming pool. But if you're recording someone doing something wrong, and you pick up some children behind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about that. That's not the subject of. So I started recording everything that I could see. Like, I've got a camera. I'm just going to start recording everything I can see. You know, I'm making videos about all sorts of stuff. Firework displays, the snow, lampposts. I saw this like little snake of frost going down the lamppost. So I was just recording that. I was recording the bike lanes, and you know, I didn't upload most of it. I just had it on my phone, and like, and then something interesting happened. I was like, I should put that on YouTube. Can't remember what it was. Actually, no. Actually, the first thing that happened is I got done for racism. Well, I got a verbal warning at Salvation Army for racism because I told the guy that in this country we're allowed to drink. I know I'm not allowed to drink on the premises, so I drink outside. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. That's what I told him. And he says, and like, he's saying you're being racist. I said you fuck off, like, back to your own country, because I thought it was from a Muslim country. Like, he said he was Muslim, so like I presumed he was from a Muslim country. But he said he was Christian afterwards. But regardless, anyway, I got a verbal warning. I fucking took the verbal warning, and then they said, like, the security guard's not happy about this, Joe. Actually, I got a verbal warning. The security guard's not happy about this. He wants to like make sure this never happens again. So we're gonna have to put it on the record. It's still gonna be a verbal warning, but if it ever happens again, you're out. Like, it's your final warning as well. It's a verbal warning, but it's your final warning. And I recorded everything on my phone, like audio only. And then I got in trouble for something else. And it says, that was your final warning, Joe. Like, what was the other thing that I got done for? I think it was smoking in my room, because my fire alarm went off. Yeah, I did used to smoke in my room, but I used to smoke out a window. And I'd only smoke at night time. Oh no, it was washing my hands. It was washing my hands. So, like, COVID were happening, and you got to wash your hands before you go into the building. And like, I take ages washing my hands. Everybody's just like, fucking rinse your hands off and just walk upstairs. You know, they don't wash their hands properly. So, like, I'm there, like, soaping my hands up, and I'm like, oh, this is going to take me a while, and there's a queue. Like, come in and soap your hands up and, you know, wash your hands or whatever. And he goes, no, you can't do that. And I got a verbal warning for that. I says, what are you on about, man? I stepped away from him. I got as far away as I could. Okay, it wasn't 2 meters. But, you know, it's like, oh, you're going against COVID regulations. I'm like... So they said, yeah, you've gone against the COVID regulations, Joe. Like, that could be a criminal offence. What about it? Like, you know, like, this is your final warning. That way, your final warning as well. You like, we should really kick you out. So I recorded all that as well. I didn't put it on YouTube, but then I was like, fucking, the world's gone mad. I was like, the world's gone mad. So I just started recording everything that I saw that were just like people going mad. people don't follow the rules anyway. Like, people don't follow the rules. But everybody jumped on fucking COVID bandwagon, didn't they? You know, nobody follows rules. You know, park under wheel lines, do what you want, take drugs, fucking don't give a shit about anybody else. But as soon as COVID happened, everybody jumped on bandwagon, you know. Oh, you're not wearing a mask. Oh, giving you dirty looks, you're not wearing a mask. Why are you playing basketball and, you know, this COVID lockdown and stuff like that? I'm like, fuck off, man. Like, there were a guy from Salvation Army and he got kicked out, he got his final warning, and he lived in a tent outside, and we all used to party around there when COVID were happening. And even we had to bloody follow rules and keep us distance, and, you know, only be around the people in the same household. And we lived at Salvation Army, so we're all from the same household, but they didn't class it as a household. The only people you were allowed to hang around with was the people in your section in the building, because every section's like closed off. So I started recording Salvation Army then, but none of that went on YouTube either. And so yeah, I just started recording more and more videos, and more, like, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do some actual audits of the police station, because I've never been to a police station, like, and just walked around and just recorded. And I used to do it regular. Go to this police station, because every time something happened, you know, a police officer would approach you and go, you can't record, or they'd go, like, what are you doing recording the police station, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, well, I can. And the police used to get pissed off, and, you know, you can't be down here. And I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, oh, well, we're telling it for your safety, and, you know, like, the police might be in an emergency. And I'm like, well, you know, have I obstructed anybody? No, so you don't have to tell me, do you? You don't have to treat me like a fucking idiot. And so I used to go regular, because the police officers just think, for some reason, that they know better than you. You know, like, I've watched all the videos of AB. I've researched exactly how to do it. I've researched all the laws involved, and I realize that I'm not a bad person. I'm not a criminal. I'm not going out to, you know, I'm not going out to cause trouble. I'm just there to make just to prove a point that the police officers are tyrants. Police officers are tyrants. They're not always in the right, the police officers. And, you know, they're never going to be always in the right. They're never always going to be right, you know. But the thing is, they can't afford to make mistakes. That's what I realised. They can't afford to make mistakes, because it's people's lives at risk. It's people's livelihoods at risk. And it's people's mental stability at risk. When you've got someone oppressing you, like a police officer with power, and, well, they think they've got power because they can use powers to arrest you. That degrades your mental, like, stature in society. It degrades your own self-understanding, you know, self-realization. It degrades you. It makes you feel bad, like a bully. That's why we call them bullies. It's not because they physically bully us, and it's because they mentally oppress you and go, I'm bigger than you, lay down, You know, shut up and put up. What I realised is I'm really good at explaining myself. I'm really good at explaining what pisses me off, or what's wrong in society, because I'm very critical of things. Things that I see, I can go, that shouldn't be happening. And I'm like observant as well. I'm observant. I'm always like looking at things and going, that's wrong. Or I'm looking at people and going, why did you do that? You know, why did you like walk along there? And you know, I can't give you an example. I like watch people. You know, I watch everybody. Like I look at them, I judge them. I go, I wonder what their life's like. I wonder why they're unhappy. And that guy looks like he's dodgy. Or that guy looks like he's, you know, he's got secrets. He's got hidden things in his life. I look at people's faces, and if I'm in an interaction, I can go, not there on the spot. When I get home, I study it and I go, what was all that about? And then I look back at things he said, and little movements and facial movements and his defensiveness or their defensiveness. Like my girlfriend as well. My girlfriend will be like, oh, I've just been to my mum's. You know, she was shagging somebody else. Or it was New Year's Eve, and I'm like, what are you doing getting back at 7 o'clock in the morning? Oh, you know, me and my girlfriend went round to someone's house after club, blah blah blah. Bullshit. She went off with a police officer, she told me later, and like shagged somebody. Well, she said she didn't shag him, but she said he had a gun, and I'm like, what do you mean he had a gun? Police officers aren't allowed to have guns in their house. She went, oh no, it wasn't like a proper gun. It was just a handgun. I says, what do you mean, like a BB gun? I went, no, like a fucking pistol. With bullets, or with ball bearings. No, with bullets. Like, yeah, that's a gun. My girlfriend's like proper naive. Like, police officers aren't allowed guns. Like, I'm like trying to get information, and I ended up looking for a form trying to get information about this police officer, because he's obviously not allowed a gun. I thought she were on about a shotgun at first. I'm like, oh, is it for hunting or something? He's a police officer. He might do a bit of hunting or something, you know. And I'm like, no, it's a handgun. Like, no, I don't think police officers are allowed handguns at home. Are they? I don't really know. Maybe they are. But they're definitely not allowed to get them out and show show off to your girlfriend. But you know, it's in his house. Maybe he's allowed. I don't know. But yeah, when I look back on it, I could tell she was lying, and I didn't want to seem like the jealous boyfriend, so I'd never said anything. But then, like a few months later, well, actually, I think her sister told me. Eventually. So I think a bloody twin sister. I think she fell in love with me, but I had no idea until she fucking tried to touch my leg. Audit people using disabled toilets. Check if they are disabled. Nah, I use the disabled toilets. I won't deny it. But that's because I'm a bit paranoid. I'd rather be on my own. Like if there's people in toilets, I don't like it. I'm a bit paranoid. Like it's too enclosed, and like if someone else comes in, it's like it's just uncomfortable, and yeah. I like to use disabled toilets. No, people are allowed to use the disabled toilets. The only problem arises is if there's a queue for disabled toilets. But you know, when does that happen? Never. Because like if you're a cleaner and you're cleaning other toilets, you're actually supposed to use the other toilets because you can clean the male toilets, so the males can go in the disabled toilets, or you can clean the female toilets, and the females can go in the disabled toilets. So you're actually allowed to use the disabled toilets. It's just obviously like you're not really doing anything wrong by using a disabled toilet, because a disabled person can wait for the toilet. You know, they can wait like everybody else for the toilet. The only reason the disabled people get a specific toilet is because if they fall off the toilet and they get stuck, they've got a bloody emergency cord that they can pull to ask for help. That's the only reason the disabled people have to use the same with parking. Not realistically. Like if you're disabled in a wheelchair and you've got your disabled wheelchair trolley, and you don't have no bloody space to get your wheelchair into your car, and you don't have you can't get out of the way of the cars that are driving round in your wheelchair because you can only go at a certain speed. There's reasons why the disabled spaces have extra large areas at the side, so they can get the wheelchair down, they can fold the wheelchair up, put the wheelchair in the car, get in the car, blah blah blah. You know, they've got reasons why they have them spaces specifically, and they're designed, they're standardized, so like disabled bays are the same wherever you are. You know, the reason I like disabled toilets is because they're higher up as well. Like the toilets are higher up. You go for a poop in like a normal toilet, they're right low down. In a disabled toilet, they're right high up. It's like a fucking throne. You know, I'm 6'3". They say it's actually better to like squat. That's why they make toilets lower. But yeah, I prefer to be. Has anyone ever sat on a disabled toilet? I mean, not everyone's as tall as me. Maybe it's probably not for everybody. They're a lot more comfortable for tall people, anyway. Parking is not the same as going to the toilet. You know, like, do you remember before, like back in the day, there used to be like there used to be obesity problems. There used to be like obesity increase. Let's say. Like an influx of immigration, and like there were a lot of obese people that were coming in, and there were also people getting like more obese. Like with the lockdowns, you'd think that'd cause more obesity, but it didn't. Well, I don't think it did. I hadn't actually looked at the statistics, but the obesity problem seems to have been averted. Maybe because the cost of living, and maybe because prices just kept going up, and people just can't afford to binge eat and shit like that. Like what I think it is people are depressed, so they eat to try and make themselves happy, I suppose. But the obesity problems didn't seem to. you know what's going on, but can we not like discuss it, please? You know, Rust the game. It has something like 50,000 views. Probably close to 100,000 views all the time. Like every day, there's 100,000 people watching Rust, whatever time of day it is. You know, typing, that's just on Twitch. And there's other bloody streaming platforms as well. And there's streaming platforms on Xbox. People watch people playing Rust on Xbox as well. That's crazy. That means there's 100,000 people just watching. That means there's 100,000 people available every day. So, you know, well, it's probably not £100,000. It's probably 100,000 people. It's probably more like 40,000 people on average, or 50,000 people. People come and go all the time. You know, people come and go. It might dip down to like 30,000. It might go up to like 90,000. I mean, there's probably fake accounts in there as well. So it's probably more like 30,000, 20,000. 20,000 people every minute of the day is available audience just on Twitch. YouTube doesn't have that big of a live stream retention rate, to be honest. And then you've got like OnlyFans and shit like that, which is usually just at night time after work. But you know, it's night time twice a day. Because if it's night time on this side of the earth now, that means on the opposite side of the earth it's going to be daytime. So you actually have two night times. You actually have two audiences. You've got half the planet, which is, you know, what, 3 billion people. And then you've got half the planet again, which is another 3 billion people. And you've got the people that stay awake 24 hours a day, which is another 50 million times 2, 100 million. Talk to us about your journey into crack addiction. How many hits do you get for £10? 2. I mean, it's like supposed to be 1, but I try and get 3 out of it, to be honest, because the first one I take a full tenors because I like the little flutter that your heart gets sometimes. Like the thing is, I'm not actually addicted. Well, I am addicted to it. I'm not like addicted to it because I can't take the come down or anything. I'm addicted to it because it makes me feel better when I feel depressed. Well, it doesn't. I mean, I wouldn't exactly. Yeah, it definitely makes me feel better. It makes me feel happier. Makes me feel happier. It's more of a distraction though. 'Cause I'm still not happy. Like, and it actually gives me the energy to like look at my life and like to try and concentrate on like the problems or the you know, it makes me concentrate on actually what I think about things. Whereas when I'm depressed, and just like watch Twitch or watch YouTube or play a computer game and just not think about anything. You know, like I don't really think about my problems, but well, I do think about my problems because my problems is the world. The reason I'm depressed is because I want to change the world. I want the world to be better so I can accept it. So I can go, I want to get a job. I want to contribute. I want to pay tax to, like, to support people. Yeah. I don't want to pay tax to support people like me either. I don't want to pay tax to support people like me. But what I do want to do is I want to pay tax to give people like me an opportunity if they want it. Every time you smoke, that's like £3 to £5. Yeah, sort of. It's cheap. It's cheaper than that realistically because it's £7. No, actually. Let me think about this. It's £6. £6 a bag. You'll be burgling houses in here. No, I don't steal. Well, saying that, I sort of am stealing now. Sort of. Apart from just stealing from I can't say that, can I? I don't really get it though, because I told the benefits that my landlord is going to pay for everything. He's going to pay for council tax, blah blah blah. And nobody told me any different. Nobody like argued anything. I told the truth. And the housing benefits gave me £330 every month to pay my landlord. I told them what were included. Even I said these are going to pay for council tax. Spend £100 a month on party supplies. Spend all my money on consumerism. That's what I spend all my money on. You know where it is, right? It costs something like $7,000, I think, for a kilogram of cocaine in Colombia, Bolivia, or Peru or something, near the coast. That's because, you know, you can just get it onto a boat, blah blah blah. If you go to the jungle, it costs £2,000 a kilo. When you get it back to England or wherever you're going, it costs you $12,000. Then you sell it to a dealer, $15,000. Then you transport it inland, $20,000. It's a fucking leaf. It's a bloody leaf. They use it in medicine, for God's sake. They used to put it in Coca-Cola. You know, in the war times, people used to drink Coca-Cola. Do you know how productive they were? They won the war. That's how productive they were. I'm just a consumer like everybody else, you know. What do you buy? You buy your gas guzzling cars that fuels wars. This is another thing I was gonna say. The government don't care about climate change. If they did, they'd go, right, we're not building tanks anymore, we're not building rockets anymore, we're not transporting stuff anymore, we'll get rid of all trucks, we'll stop drilling for oil everywhere. But they don't do that, do they? They go, oh, we're going to have to make more money so we can come up with more solutions while we use all the fossil fuels. To make more money, to fuel more projects that might stop climate change or might slow climate change. There were a point I was trying to make though with that. Like, the government don't want to. They don't want to stop using fossil fuels. They don't want to like stop using cocaine. They want you to stop using cocaine. They want you to stop driving your car. They want you to be reliant on the government, so they know where all the money's going, so they know how much everybody's paying. Like, they don't like it. They don't like it when they're like, oh, you're frauding tax. They don't like it, do they? No. Why? Why don't they like it? Because they're not making enough money. They're making loads of money. They're making plenty of money. Like, you know, they don't stop. The government doesn't stop investing in things. They're making loads of money. They're making all the money like all the time. They never stop making money. They never stop doing things. Like they never go, oh, we've run out of money, do they? All they do is go, oh, we don't have enough money to fix the roads. Let's put taxes up. You know, they don't run out of money. Businesses, little businesses, oh yeah, they go bankrupt every left, right, and centre every day. Government don't help them out, do they? They don't care about you. All they care about is keeping themselves going. They want you to consume, spend all your money into the things that they can tax, so they can get the money. And if, God forbid, someone slips under the surface and starts selling toilet rolls out of the shed, like, arrest that man. He is not paying tax on his business. Like drinking on the street, right? Drinking's not illegal. So you can drink wherever you want. Certain places have this anti-social drinking restriction legislation, I suppose, which is an act. No, is it? I think it might be a statute, actually. It's a statute. Is it a statute? No, it must be an act. It's an act that says the reason we've put this act in place is because criminal activities have been involved more with people that drink in these areas. So if you get loads of people in a town centre and you've got people coming out at a pub, and then you've got these homeless guys drinking on the street, and this drunk guy walking home, walking to the taxi, walking to the takeaway, and you've got this drunk guy, he's run out of beer, he's like, yo, can you give me some change, please? And the drunk guy that's come out of the pub is going, just leave me alone, I'm going to takeaway, go get a job. And then the drunk homeless guy goes, all right, you don't have to be like that, mate. You know, like just say no. You know, you don't have to like treat me like a dickhead. And the guy goes, well, you know, I pay my way in society. I pay taxes, you know, and I've been buying fucking expensive beers in there. You just go and you know, ask for money, which I've paid tax on, and then you go buy a cheap beer in the shop, so it's actually costing me another quid tax for your beers as well. And homeless guy goes, yeah, but like the tax you pay, like, you know, you don't pay enough tax to pay for my benefits. Well, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, that guy's like, oh yeah, I'm giving you money and paying tax, and you're getting bloody like benefits from my tax money. And homeless guy goes, oh yeah, but you probably don't pay enough tax to even pay my benefits anyway, because I'm not sick. And this drunk guy goes, exactly. So like, you know, you're just stealing all my money and somebody else's money and asking me for extra money and asking another person for extra money. And like, you're just getting all this money for free while I've got to work for it, blah, blah, blah. And this guy goes, yeah, but I'm sick, you know? And the other guy goes, and they get into an argument, and then don't necessarily have to end in a fight, but they start swearing at each other and blah blah blah, and then somebody else gets involved and goes, like everybody calm down, everybody calm down. And the guy's like, the guy's like, I don't have to calm down. I'm not doing no wrong. And then police turn up and go, what's happening? He says his way, and then there's a witness, and he goes, oh, they're all swearing at each other, and I were getting a bit like nervous. I were getting a bit offended by his swearing, and he goes, oh, would you like to press charges, because we can get them done for a public order offence. And so the press charges on both of them. This guy that's got money, he's like, fucking hell, now I've got to buy a solicitor. Should I get a solicitor? No, I won't get a solicitor. So the police go, you can just pay a fine if you want, you know, just plead guilty, pay a fine. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And the homeless guy's like, oh, I can get a duty solicitor. So he gets a duty solicitor. And the duty solicitor goes, if you plead guilty, you won't get as bad a thing. So he goes, oh yeah, I'll plead guilty. And they take fucking money out of his benefits, so he's got to beg more then. The next time it happens, the homeless guy does something else that's not a crime, getting him on a location. It's just a vicious circle. It's just a vicious circle. Both of them get fined, you know. Both of them get done for a public order offence. And then they go, oh, there's a lot of shit going on with all the drunks in Bradford. Like, we're going to have to do something about it. So they make an act going, okay, you can drink in pubs all you want, but you're not allowed to walk around with an open bottle of beer. That should, like, that's a proactive I'm gonna say solution. It's a proactive step to try and solve it. But it's not going to solve it, is it? Because you've still got the drunk people coming out of the pubs. And you've still got the homeless people begging, even if they can't drink. So you're still going to have the argument. You're still going to have the crime. But these homeless guys just get, like, arrested more and more times. More and more fines start coming out of the benefits. Eventually, like, because they plead guilty every time, the court goes, oh, you've done this on numerous occasions now. And the guy's like, well, you know, I just pled guilty because I wanted to get out of here, you know, I wasn't really doing no wrong. And the judge goes, well, you pled guilty, now we're going to have to send you to prison. Or you get a month, and you come out of prison, you're fucking back in the same boat. All you want to do is drink more and more because you're under the impression that it wasn't the drink that caused the issue. It was the guy that came out drunk arguing. You know, it probably was your fault as well, like arguing back or whatever. But the thing is, people, like, I've recorded it on so many occasions when I'm like I've done my shopping at Aldi, stood outside Aldi having a drink. You know, it's legal. Like the Aldi could ask me to leave, I suppose. You know, even if it's not against their rules to drink on their premises, they could go, come on now, Joe, you're causing a bit of a scene. And they can ask me to leave for any reason that it doesn't even have to be drinking, but it's, you know, it's but people like go, oh, you're drinking it street at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you're telling me that I'm a bloody a criminal for parking in a disabled space. Not just Muslims. This is English people as well. English people have said it to me. There's something wrong with people where what's that bloody military police thing called? Martial law. It's like martial law, but the public's taken it upon themselves to enact it on their fellow civilians for some reason. Like photography. You go around a bloody industrial estate with a camera. The businesses have taken it upon themselves to make up their own rules and go, I don't like that. I'm gonna try to stop you from doing it because I agree with martial law, because I agree with what's the Nazi regime called? The Nazi communism. They've decided, like, they're going to take it upon themselves communize. They've made their own goal up and decided that it's everybody's goal. That's communism, isn't it? They've gone, fuck the law that we live by. Well, they haven't even gone fuck the law. They just go, I think I know the law because, nobody likes it when they've got a camera in the face. So I think I'm right. So I'm going to impart my beliefs onto you, thinking it's everybody else's beliefs, thinking it's what everybody else wants. When it's not. It's just what they think everybody else wants because that's what they want. Like, there is specific reasons why filming in just about any situation is not a crime. Like if you're on train, if you're on a train, let's say, if you're on a train, you can't record on the train. There's a very specific reason for that. And that's because you're in a confined space you can't get out of there, Joseph. Oh shit, I've missed some comments on there. Hi Joe, you're very engaging public thinker, so I keep coming back periodically despite others' advice. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Good to see you and your lilac walls are okay. Sorry about that. Is this a bad angle? Adam's one and only. Joseph. What? Oh, I've lost my train of thought. Like trains are an enclosed place. If you have an argument on a train, it could end in disaster, Trains are supposed to keep moving, so all the other trains can keep moving. That's just the way trains work. That's why you're not allowed to record in train property. Plus, there's also people that like to record trains, and obviously going near the train tracks and dropping cameras on the train tracks and dropping camera equipment over, stuff. It's got to be a criminal offence because trains are freaking dangerous. It could kill. I mean, how many people can you fit on a train? Hundreds of people? That's why they don't make trains longer and longer. Because if something does happen, at least you're only killing one load of train people instead of bloody everybody on the planet on one train, But the thing is, you can still record. If you're on a train and like there's this fucking commotion going on already, that's a reason to record. Like you're perfectly within your rights to record. You're perfectly outright in your rights to record in any situation. Yeah. If you're on army property for some reason, let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say there's like an open day. You're invited in, and then you get lost, and you end up in a restricted area where you're not allowed to film, and you start recording because someone's like, "Alright, get out of here," and he's like pointing a gun at you and shit, and you get your phone out, and you're like, "Oh, you can't record in here." You can record in that situation, you know. You can record in any situation. I mean, you might get arrested for it, but we're not allowed guns, but we're allowed cameras. And just like a gun, there's a time and a place to use a gun. And it's the same with a camera. There's a time and a place to record shit. You know, on Facebook, right? You've got friends, and so when somebody posts something, you mainly see what your friends post. You know, you mainly see what your friends post, and then you see advertisements and like shit like that. You know. So if I go, "Yo, do you want to be my friend?" and you accept it, and then I start reading your stuff, and I have a problem with it, and I say, "Yo, I have a problem with that," or I take the piss, or I say that's stupid, or I say, because like I find things sexist, like the rest of the people, you know, like women. I find sexist like women. I don't class it as sexism. I class it as you're a woman and I'm a man. and we don't understand each other properly. So I'm trying to think of an example of something I said on Facebook that was sexist. And it probably was sexist, to be honest. I said men are better than women because I am a man, and that's what I believe. And somebody said that's sexist, and I says, well, who do you think's better? And she went like she didn't say a lot of words. She just said like I'm not gonna answer that because no, she said something like we're equal, but in general, or she said something like women are more compassionate, or women are more. She didn't say compassionate. She said women are more bloody like loving or understanding or something. She was like she was proper dumb, so she didn't use like a big word. She said something like women are more nice or loving or warm or something. She said something like warm, and I said that's sexist, and she went, how can that be sexist? That's just a that's just a bloody, it's just biology. And I went, it's just biology, but it's like you're trying to say that we should be equally equally thought about, but you're saying I'm sexist, so I'm not thinking us as equals, but you're saying women are more warm. Right? It's like you know what I mean? Like I think men are better because I understand men better than I do women. I think men. Actually, that's what I did think. I don't actually think that anymore. But I would rather be a man than a woman. Still, like I don't think men or a woman is better. I think we're like just as bad as each other. Like I think we're so bad that to choose which one's better is like, it's like eating like something really disgusting or eating glass. It's like eating a rotten apple or eating glass. Neither one. Okay, glass is probably worse in that circumstance. Eating a rotten apple or eating maggots. I think we're both as bad as each other. The human race is like how do we know we're good? How do you know like humans are good? How do you know a man's good? How do you know a woman's good? We can say if there's such thing as sexism, that means one has got to be better than the other. But what if we're both bad? What if humans are bad? I mean, I don't think we're bad. I just think we're still too young to understand what the heck we are doing. Somebody, I think it was somebody on Facebook as well. It said we're just parasites and just what's the word? Like parasitical. Not symbiosis. Parasitical drainage or something. I can't remember what it said. Parasitically sucking everything dry or something. Just parasites. Does anybody know what racism actually means? It's the ism of race. It's an ism of being against a race. What if there was a race of aliens that came down, started blasting everything? Are you allowed to be racist then? monkeys are species, but do you have races of monkeys? Sexism. You've got man and woman of every different race. I don't think racism, sexism, prejudice definitely exists. I don't believe racism exists. I mean, you could be prejudiced against a race, and that would be racism. But you're not being racist. You're being prejudiced. You're being prejudiced against a different race to you because you're prejudiced against something that somebody from that race has done to you. That's what racism is, right? That's not racism. That's just prejudice. It has nothing to do with race whatsoever. Because everybody has prejudice. Like, I'm a doll dosser. That's prejudice. Prejudice. Is that a word? That's prejudiced. Prejudice. Like, calling me a doll dosser is a prejudice. So it's alright for you to be prejudiced against me, but it's not alright to be racist. It just don't make sense. It's like I don't like the whole police force because of the actions of certain police officers. Is that policeism? Is that a crime as well? I think we've gone too far. We've gone too far with racism. I mean, I understand why there's racism laws, because some people want to make it their mission to go against a specific race because of what they think of the race. So I understand that it's like, but that's not the crime. The crime is not racism. The crime is offending a person. No, if you're violent towards somebody of a specific race because of that race, it's racism, but that's not the crime. The crime is committing an offence against that person. That's why I think racism does not exist. Prejudice definitely does exist. But you're allowed to be prejudiced, aren't you? Did anyone say you can't be prejudiced? I mean, you know, if I'm prejudiced against, you because you're disabled, and I go out and go, oh, you're disabled, blah blah blah. That should be a crime. Yes, it should be a crime. You know? But it's not disableist. It's I don't know what it'd be. It'd be a public order offence, I suppose. Hatred, hate speech. Why is it always about racism? Why is it always about sexism? Why is it only about specific things? What's religionism? Religionist? Can you be religious? Landlord wants his money and you out. Well, we went through this with my landlord. He didn't secure my deposit. So when I was gonna move out, he didn't have the money for me. And then he said I were in rent arrears straight away because I paid one water bill off with the rent. And then it says I'm in rent arrears. I want even a month in rent arrears. And then he said, "Oh, the other guy, he hadn't paid no rent since he's lived here." Which I said had naught to do with me. I'm only like £140 in rent arrears. In fact, I wasn't even £140 in rent arrears because I paid 2 months up front and then give him my housing benefits as soon as I got it. So we're like, realistically, once I pay him at the start of the month, I'm 4 months up front. And you know, he forgot about all that. And then the property manager, whom I was saying, he says, "Oh, we're selling house anyway, and your tenancy it's up for renewal. So, like, you know, you've got 2 weeks to move out." I said, 2 weeks to move out? Are you crazy? That's not enough time. And he says, "Well, I live here now, So by legally, I'm allowed to do that. He says, well, if you live here, then clean the toilet. And he stuck around for a bit, and then he left. Can't pay, we take it away. Take what away? We only give 1 hour. Well, I only give 1 fuck, and that's about myself. Don't give a shit about what you want. You didn't, like, the landlord didn't turn up for court. What do you want me to do? I've got a right to argue my case in court. I'm making a counterclaim against my landlord. I'm doing everything within the law right now. And the courts give me more time. The landlord wants you out. You already said that, I think, didn't you? You said the same thing twice. Stuart McCracken. Where do I know that name from? Chris McCracken. Are you related to that disabled guy on YouTube? What's it got to do with you anyway? They pay, you take it away. Can't pay, we take it away. What you taking away? Right, the thing is, my landlord was supposed to pay all the debts, all the electric and stuff. He never gave us a new contract for this place. You know, if it had said your room, what you're gonna take my room. You can't do that. Sorry, you just can't. I'm legally protected by human rights. It's called peaceful habitation. The peaceful occupation of the peaceful habitation, occupying with like reasonable peaceful habitation, something. Can't remember. It's actually a human rights. It's actually like a it's bigger than the law. So, you know, anything you do, it could be classed as a human rights violation. You know how serious that is. New series is out again, and you're a YouTuber, so it makes sense. What do you mean? We are High Court enforcement officers. Wow. Yeah, but I'm still above you. I'm a sovereign citizen of the United Kingdom. Don't you recognize me from TV? Nope. I've got notes to take away. I mean, I've got an £80 tent that I bought because I thought I was gonna get kicked out. You know, my fucking solicitors didn't do jack shit about anything. You could take that away. I mean, my laptop's worth about 50 quid, 100 quid at most. If you behave, we will give you a lift to the council with a letter and help you pack your things. The thing is, I can't actually afford to go anywhere because my landlord says I owe him loads of money, and I'm not sure that I do. So I can't afford to really go anywhere. I've got to sort it out in court. Just the property will be fine. You're gonna need a tent. Oh, you just want the property? No, like it don't work like that. I need to know the outcome of the court before I can budget to find a place to live. Because if the landlord owes me money, then I can find a place to live. But if I owe the landlord money, I can't afford to find a place to live. So, like, I can't do anything until the court's finished. Apparently, I haven't paid my rent since November. Yeah, but they were supposed to pay out bills. I'm lumbered with all bills now. So, like, okay, I owe the money for the landlord, but who's going to pay for bills that I'm paying now? It's turned my internet off. We had no gas in the house since the meter got installed. All the debts got put on the meter. So I'm paying all the debts back on the meter every month. I'm paying £12 a week. Do not forget to attend the High Court. Do not attend the High Court. What High Court? There's no such thing as a High Court. Very soon you'll be served that. Then that will be their email address. Lead me to your channel. That's why I'm here. Well, I don't care about your intimidation tactics. There's no such thing as a High Court. You've come to my YouTube channel to intimidate me again. He's already knocked my door down about 3 times. Didn't intimidate me then. Well, that's why we're in this mess. Because the bills was included with the rent. Buy gas then. I can't get a gas card because they want me to put my name to all the debts. And I don't want to do that. Because I can't afford to pay electric, to be honest. can't actually afford gas right now. Even with the landlord's money, because all his debts are on meter, and I've got to pay water bill. And I've got to pay my internet bill, which was supposed to be included. And papers will be served. Okay. Well, I don't know how he did that, because he didn't even turn up to bloody county court or whatever it's called, civil court. I turned up and they said I've got 42 days. Well, I've got 42 days. I'll serve you the papers. I'll serve the landlord the papers with the counterclaim, and then if you don't turn up to court, then I don't know what's